it's a safe bet that Louise will advance to the bracket, being the top seed. So the remaining 3 runners in this group will have to play each other and who can fight for the second spot, because the top 2 advance from each group, and it looks like they are underway.
Oh yeah. So yeah, interstage.
Yeah. Holding rock and mashing.
Exactly. Couldn't say it better myself.
You see,
the only
Rift,
thing that they have to, go ahead.
Yeah, Rift is taking out some of those aerial enemies. It kind of reduces a little bit of lag, but main part is the V-Bladers here. Let's see, Otter gets a passive and gets 2 hits taken, so he has to be careful on this second B. I think Rift took 1 hit, or maybe it was 2 with a bullet and a contact.
Hits, yeah.
Okay, Rift is pretty good. He's got a bullet. Okay, Mr. Otter has to kind of wait this out. He can't risk dying. But man, this B-Blader is just constantly firing missiles.
That was pretty terrible luck.
Yeah.
But both runners are looking good in the health department.
Yeah, Mr. Otter could have kind of got onto the B-Blader. Once the main propeller pops off, it's technically dead, and then its body becomes a
like a block.
piece of ground. Yeah.
Ooh.
Not a big deal.
Almost grabbed the big health drop.
Oh yeah, Rift got that. I think it was by accident, but now he's gonna have to take some damage, off this car, and then get back to 3 health before he takes out 2 of these remaining cars, the Road Riders. Riding on cars.
Riding on cars.
Okay, he gets a decent ship. It doesn't have to wait too long.
Okay, this
Otter gets about the same ship.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Val does not have to walk towards Rift to get grabbed. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I think we had a fake out on Mr. Otter's side. And whenever once you're at 3 health and the fight with Val begins, he's going to start shooting projectiles to just basically lock you down. But then Val has to walk to a very specific place, and then he'll grab you. So he has to walk to X's right. So if he is behind you to the left, it's going to lose a little bit of time.
Yeah. Also, if he's out of frame, he will take his sweet time walking up.
Yeah, he only walks. He does not dash up to you. Once X is trapped.
I see Penguigo.
So the same thing here at the start of Penguin, still holding right a little bit while mashing out to take out obstacles and enemies that are in your way. And then once we get to this climbing section, you're going to hopefully see a little bit of slope jumps. So by walking down a slope and jumping while holding forward, you get some extra height on your jump, and your forward movement's a little bit faster than normal walking speed.
Mm-hmm.
But you only really make use of it here at the start, because once you get the dash boots, you won't be needing this mechanic that much, if at all.
Yeah. Alright, so Rift is, he has a little bit of a lead. Getting out of the dashboard capture.
Nice no-stop hallway from Rift.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even do that. I'm horrible at this game.
Yeah, X1, it has a lot of movement tech. It's more a little how can you say, like a tool belt, right? You have less tools at your disposal, but you have to know how to use them good. Instead of something like X2, where you have like abundance of tools.
Okay, let's see how Penguin cooperates. This could be a equalizer here. But Penguin's doing okay right now for Rift. Let's see how Otter does. The idea here is just keep dealing damage as much as possible. And if Penguin slides, you just charge up for
he's trolling a little bit for Rift. You don't want him to slide.
Yeah, if you notice a shot tanking on Penguin, he's in his invincibility and he's going to start slotting. You really can't tell that until you fire a shot into him. But it looks like we may have had equal times for the Penguin kills. I think Otter may have saved a little bit of time.
But yeah, in the next one, you want X to stand in the center of the room before dealing the last hit to the Maverick, because if not, X is going to walk really slowly to the center of the stage.
That only applies for X1 though. X2 and X3 that won't matter at all. Rift using the shotgun ice to take out that one wall turret, it tends to be a problem when you're trying to do this climb. If you land on that ledge a little too far over to the right, you'll hit him, but using the ice just takes it out at point blank range. Rift taking a couple extra hits than he wanted to on this climb with the turtles, so he has to be a little careful. The halfway point isn't until after the elevator here, so you don't want to die this close to the checkpoint.
Yeah, but he's taking advantage of this little glitch here. So he's not going to be taking any damage from the enemies, floating enemies.
Yeah, by jumping in the air within the 7-pixel window of that spiked wall and then pressing jump while in the air, you technically get damaged by the spikes, but you don't die or you take damage, and you get invincibility to bypass all of the enemies that fly at you. Rift already in the final climb of the tower. Ooh, falls down a little bit. This is going to allow Otter to make up a little bit of time. And it looks like we're practically even, but yeah, they both get a drop from that wall turret. Rift gets a health refill, which is kind of helpful, but Otter gets a weapon refill. Not exactly what he was looking for.
Yeah, no.
So the Kuwanger dance, we'll see if how long they can keep the dance going. Ooh, Rift doesn't even get it initiated. Neither does Otter. So they're both going to be trying to play keep away here from Mr. Boomer Kuwanger. And just keep nailing him with charge shots.
Okay.
Once you get into...
Yeah, half health, he's going to keep teleporting away from you.
And looks like Otter takes the lead.
Yeah. Oh my god, Rift is really low on health.
Oh! Wow, what a dodge. What a dodge.
The Matrix dodge.
Yeah, if Kuwanger is right up against you and he can actually deadlift you and grab you with his horns, and luckily Rift jumped out of the way and got the last hit before he died himself.
Health, even if he had like a 4 health, that would have been a death sentence for him.
That keeps Rift in the game at this early stage.
Yeah, that was a really nice save.
So Chameleon is a very, very straightforward stage. You just keep moving forward and make your way through the cave here, and hopefully you don't get hit by too many rocks. Otter gets hit with a rock over that pit, which is always annoying because you're always close to dying there. Looks like Rift is making his way through okay. Man, yeah, he made it through really good.
No problem at all.
Rift is going to use his boomerang here to pick up the extra life. Might come in handy. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. You never know. It doesn't waste that much time.
Yeah, and without any armor, you're going to take a lot of damage in places, so never know. So the Chameleon fight is very, very straightforward. Every time he gets hit with a boomerang, he's going to jump to the opposite side of the room and grab the ceiling with his tongue. and you can just loop him. Very, very easy. No real danger of dying
Shoot
here.
left, shoot right, shoot left, shoot right.
And we'll see how much of the lead Otter has at this point. Looks like a 7-second lead.
Yeah.
In regards to boss order, once you get after Penguin, there are a couple ways. You know, a lot of people will do Kuwanger and then Chameleon, just to have the weakness for Eagle. So if he dives, it's less dives compared to doing it Buster only. That's usually the predominant choice.
Yeah, getting like narrowing down the RNG is desired in these kind of situations.
Otter is actually taking a pit stop and going to pick up the sub tank.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, safety items. Yeah, they're both picking them up. So yeah, safety items in regards to heart tanks and sub tanks. It is your decision if you want to pick them up, just to make sure that you get through the game, or at least this section of the game. Obviously, when you switch games, you can't keep your items. Which, that should be made of, honestly, that should be made like a mod. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, that would be really good.
That would be sick. but anyway, we're getting ready to come up on the Eagle fight here. Eagle will always start off with, Eagle will always start off blowing X away from him. But you have the dash boots, so you can just dash against it and keep Eagle on screen and firing Chameleon Sting at him. He can stop blowing away early, like he kind of did for Otter, and then he will rise up. And he came back down, so that's what you want to see. He comes back down for Rift also, so we're going to have two good Eagles.
Yeah, that's the same pattern.
I'm amazed that Eagle's been, so far, predominantly nice from what I've seen in my tournament races that I've commentated. Like, it hasn't been out of control. And looks like Otter is following... No, he's not following weakness order. He's going back to Mandrill to fight him next.
Meanwhile, Rift is going to go after Mammoth.
Yeah, we're going to see a slight divergence. Yeah, Rift is using the weakness order from Eagle to go with Mammoth. And you're going to see Otter will likely go to Armadillo after Mandrill, and then Octopus, and then he'll do Mammoth last, possibly.
Yeah.
Otter using the Storm Tornado there to take out those enemies. It's pretty safe because once you deploy the Storm Tornado, you can actually, once you start moving along with the tornado, so it stays on screen longer, and as some enemies spawn onto the screen, they'll get taken out pretty quickly, so you don't have to worry about stopping that much. If you use the more advanced...
the lag.
Yeah, if you use the more advanced strats with Shotgun Ice and Dash Lemons, and try to do it non-stop, you have to place your shots in particular spots. Okay, Otter's got to be careful. He's under half health, but gets a refill there. He gets 2 refills. And he gets a third!
Oh my god.
Okay, well...
I was just jokingly going to say, like, can he get a third one?
Okay, Rift takes out Mammoth.
He couldn't get as many 2 hits on Mammoth. I think he only got like 1 or 2.
Okay, and Otter's trying to keep Mandrill pinned down with Shotgun Ice. Whoa, the Mike Tyson punch gets freezed for it. And then quickly gets to the center of the stage before landing that last hit.
So yeah, Otter had a difficult time there. He could have saved a little bit more time in that fight, but I think he still has the lead.
Okay, Otter is now going to Mammoth. Yeah, everybody's making use of the new launch octopus tech. We'll talk about that when we get to that fight and why it matters. But Otter's making his way through Mammoth, taking the low road, going past all the conveyor belts. Rift is on Thunder Slimer and using the boomerang cutter a little bit to take out the boss, but missing some boomerangs, prolonging his suffering.
Yeah.
Those water shots that he drops is just making things such a pain. And Thunder Slimer can deal a lot of damage too. It's not like you can just stand there and keep firing a weapon until he's dead. He can kill you pretty quickly.
Yeah.
So, Otter going into Mammoth.
They're with the same situation right now. Oh, he had the little refill.
So Otter's going to try to keep Storm Tornado placed on Mammoth. If you shoot it up close like that, you can actually get double hits. And that's what he's getting right now, and then he's going to get to the middle of the screen. Well, the conveyor belt kind of did that for him, but if you can keep X into the middle of the screen and keep the boss kind of off screen, it lags a little less during the explosion. But sometimes the conveyor belt doesn't work out for you, and he's just on screen anyway. Rift getting a good fight there on Mandrill.
But yeah, you can see that MrOtter8 has us, I would say, like 15-second advantage right now.
Okay, 16:38 is when Otter appears in Armadillo. We'll see where Rift is when he gets there. Looks like a 21-second lead for MrOtter8 at the moment.
That's a really big lead. Being done with only 5 Mavericks.
I think 6. This is number 7, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, MrOtter8 does not get dash speed coming down that last chasm, so
yeah, you have
before
to be
he
careful.
gets,
you're gonna die. If you,
yeah, before he gets down in front of the mobile, he wants to have dash speed.
Oh my god, he's always so scary when they jump.
So let's see how trolly Armadillo's going to be right now. We want him to just run into the left wall and just come out of his roll immediately. That's what we're looking for. And we get it for MrOtter8. So once his armor is stripped, he's vulnerable to the electric spark, and oh, he started rolling, but he can still be damaged. And he's dead at his initial starting position. Now, here's the difference. Armadillo, with his armor, you can't hit him with the electric spark until he comes out. So that's a little bit of a loss, but not a big deal.
Octopus last.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for all my matches, that was the case. Like, they all went for Octopus last.
So we're coming up on our first game transition here in about another minute or so. So once the last hit is dealt, they have 30 seconds to swap to the next game and get their control scheme set up. And then once 30 seconds has passed from their octo kill, they can start X2. Since not everyone is playing on console or, you know, the same versions, it's only fair. So no one gets an advantage just because they use default controls or console or emulator.
Yeah.
Or whatever the case may be. So there's 2 submarines that they have to kill here. They're likely going to use Chameleon Sting since it has multiple directions it can fire and multiple hitboxes, so they can use it to take out that little light in the front. And it deals about the same damage as the rolling shield does. And now that they got the fire wave, if Tornado, or not Tornado, but if Launch Octopus does his energy drain, they can intentionally get captured, and then by using the fire wave automatic firing mechanic that it has, they can instantly break out of his grab with no fear of an infinite. Oh, and Otter gets a great fight. He just stands there and fires torpedoes.
So he landed the final fire, the final shot on Octopus at 2022, I guess.
Yeah, so if
chat can correct me on that.
So yeah, if he landed the final hit at 2022, then he can start at 2052. And yeah, it basically lines up pretty much perfectly, because by the time, if you have to adjust your controls, by the time you do it and leave the option mode and you get past the prologue, intro, and get to the title screen, it's exactly 30 seconds. The only time you actually have to wait is if you use default controls, and you just have to sit there at the title screen for about 10 seconds or so.
Oh, MrOtter8 with the gate closing.
So yeah, I think Rift is using default because he's just sitting at the title screen, I think. I didn't quite get a full glimpse. But Otter is already through the intro. Rift is starting it. So we're right about, I want to say, 40 seconds difference.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say that too.
Oh, Rift did change controls. See, some of them do it so fast I can't even see it. Maybe they only do like one controller switch for one action change. Like they change one button and that's it, and they're out of there. They don't change like 4 or 5 different actions like, some of the higher level runners do.
The dash for life, boys.
So, X2, same as any percent. We're just going to go right to Sponge. Sponge does have the easiest safety items to pick up. And it's the very first Mavericks, so much more beneficial to get safety items here than any other stage. And as you see, Otter... Yeah, Otter just takes a quick 2 or 3 second timeout and gets the heart tank for an extra 2 HP. He'll probably go for the sub tank as well.
I haven't seen anyone go for the sub tank.
Oh, okay, he passes it up. Okay,
yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't think you really need the sub tank that much if you're familiar with any percent strats, because you're really not in that much danger, I don't think.
No, the only Maverick I think can present any threat for you is Moth.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll get to that later.
Okay, Rift is coming up on... Is he getting the sub tank? It looks like he is, because he's trying for the jump. Okay,
it's not worth it. Oh, okay, he got it.
Yeah, it's a little tricky at first, but... Okay, let's see how Sponge does here.
Oops. Going up.
Yeah.
That was weird. Not clearing the little...
Okay, Otter is just gonna... He's just gonna force Angry Sponge. No need to wait around for Sponge to go up for him. And he should have plenty of time to kill Sponge. Yep.
Yeah, he still has a big lead anyways. Well,
yeah, what you want to, what you want to do is Sponge is keep hitting him with dash lemons until he gets down to 10 HP, and then hopefully he'll grab the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a bad pattern. Rift is just waiting for him to throw the strike chain. Oh man, what a troll!
Oh,
Wow, 4 times in a row. Now 5.
Oh my god.
I'm surprised he's not opting. There he goes. He's opting for damage boosting now. I was like, okay. I could understand why he didn't want to do that.
What you can do is like jump right behind him. It will force it to change these patterns. Okay, so Angry Sponge for it too.
Yeah, you can go behind Sponge and it'll force him to end his attack. But then he could be doing the same thing when he turns around. That's the crappy part about it. Oh no! Rift dies on the last hit. That Sponge is the second scariest boss when it comes to damage, because when you get hit by Sponge, it's 6 damage.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, and he almost had him down too, and now he's just gonna lose more time. After triggering Angry Sponge, right, that's the more unfortunate thing.
Yeah.
What you want to do here is, if Sponge does go up, take out 2 of the thorns with a charge shot, because at most he'll fire 6, and once 4 of them are deployed, he's going to drop anyway. And that just buys you enough time, hopefully. There we go. That's what we want to see.
Yeah, that's really good.
Oh, but he went behind him.
Why? Why would you do that?
Yeah, if you go behind him while he's grabbing the ceiling like that, he drops to the ground. And if Sponge is on the ground, after he's past that 9 HP threshold, he's going to go angry. I think he could have killed him just right there, but...
Well...
He was in the middle of the room. He didn't have a lot of room to work with, and maybe he was a little scared of maybe dying again.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, anytime that you go behind Sponge during his attack, he instantly stops it. So, yeah, if he's going up and grabbing the ceiling and you dash under him, he's dropping down.
Okay, so Gator fight.
Yeah.
What happened here? Why didn't MrOtter8 do any damage to Gator?
He's probably waiting. He may have missed the initial chain. I didn't see it.
Yeah,
but he could have missed the initial chain. But Buster is not bad either, honestly. Like, if you're not good at getting the 1 cycle, this is just as good. I mean, you can damage if Gator stays above the water. You can definitely damage him with Buster.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick fight.
Yeah.
Not having to. Like he wasn't able to chain him, but it was a pretty good fight anyways.
Yeah, he got a couple chains, but once you hit him with a strike chain, he will automatically submerge. So in order to keep him locked into that stun, you got to hit him within 5 frames before he goes under. But the double charge Buster, if you fully charge it, both of the shots will deal about 5 damage, which is just the same as the strike chain. So once you defeat 2 Mavericks at X2, the 3 X Hunters, Violin, Agile, and Surges will appear on this stage selection map. It does matter if you get them off of the stage selection fast enough. It just saves like a second for serious PB attempts. But you don't really fight them in 24 Mavs. But the more X Hunters that teleport and switch stages between Maverick stages, the more time it loses. MrOtter8 is doing Stag Third, and an X Hunter does reside here. So when MrOtter8 clears this stage, the X Hunter that was here will teleport away and be gone for good. So that just saves you time on the teleports later. And then eventually...
Really?
Go ahead.
You got a 4 chain on Gator.
Yeah, 4. That's not bad. That might help him out a little bit. Otter's having trouble on this final stack climb. It is a tricky climb.
Yeah, it's tricky.
But then eventually, all of the X hunters will be gone at some point, and then you won't lose any more time to that.
Oh, one thing that may help some X1 runners that are coming up to X2 is that they're used to not holding dash out of walls, because X1 does not allow you to dash out of wall while you keep the dash.
The auto dash mechanic.
Dash, yeah. But in X2 you can keep on holding dash and you will dash out of walls anyway, so you don't have to keep pressing it before jumping, and you will not drop the dash jump out of a wall. So quick tip.
That also applies for X3 as well. X2 and X3 have similar game mechanic engines compared to X1. Okay, Otter's... Okay, he got stag. Okay. Otter was using a modified stack third strat. But you don't have as much HP as you normally do in the 80%, so you really can't damage boost all the way through the fight. But it was safe.
He was lucky too. He had 3 shooting fire cycles.
And Rift is going Ostrich third. I mean, so either way's fine.
It's valid anyways. Shooting all the time is not valid anyways. Oh, he killed it, dude. That's going to be... I find that to be a little bit more difficult to... Oh, okay, he got in anyways. No, never mind.
Yeah, he got in. He's going to take the bike all the way to the end. Does he get it through the door? Does he get it through the door? Probably not.
I don't think it. Nah.
Yeah, there's a frame that if you dismount the bike and touch the door simultaneously, the bike actually goes through, undamaged or intact. Otter making use of that speed burner now that he's got it and the charge buster. He can now utilize that speed burner and progress pretty fast in some places. He does have to conserve some of it because Moth is weak to that weapon. So he can't really just abuse it. Yeah, and the Moth fight is where you really want that sub-tank for if you pick one up, because he deals 8 damage on contact. And we've seen in a couple of past races that has hurt people. Rift has Buster dueled Ostrich. So Rift was just hitting Ostrich with the with dash lemons for 2 damage each. When Ostrich makes his big leap, he resets his iframes at the peak of his jump. So if you see him, he's about to do that. You want to hit him with the dash lemon before he reaches the peak of his jump. And then if you can maintain your dash jump, if you time it right, you can get a second hit.
Rift is done with his third Maverick, but at the same time, Ostrich is a really fast, really quick stage. So Otter is still holding to the lead, anyways.
Yeah.
It's only a difference.
Oh, Mr. Otter does not quite trigger the adult form, so now he has to wait. He has to wait for the cocoon to spin around, throw some junk, and then reattach. Nice finish for Mr. Otter. And also, the speed burner grants you invincibility while you're in its charged animation. And it's important to use the charged speed burner when you're not in iframes, because, like I said, it only grants you immunity once you let the charge go. If you're already in iframes when you use the burner, your actual iframes from the hit that you took expire, and then you get damaged during your speed burner, which can happen. So you can actually get speed burner canceled.
Yeah, that happened to me a couple of times.
Rift doing... Oh, he about got past that last enemy.
Yeah, almost. He had
almost.
tough time getting to climb the last wall underwater. He didn't quite get the right wall. He kind of fell down and had to do the kind of isolate jump. He opted to go back to the platform and then hug the right wall. But that cost him time, absolutely.
Oh man, Crab is just jumping around on Rift right now. Okay, well, good.
Yeah.
Okay, Crab. Once he gets damaged, yeah, once
above him.
Yeah, once Crab gets damaged, he's gonna come after X, and once Crab is under X, and like if you jump over Crab, he's gonna automatically do the claw thing and try to jump, and that's a good way to get some extra hits on Speed Burner.
The whale.
Otter has one last weapon use for this burner.
Yeah, he didn't go for it. It wasn't really well set up, and if he attempted to do the clip on the block, he could have get crushed.
Okay, let's see what Centipede does here. Okay, now he goes. Is he gonna go for the tailspin? Oh, I think he meant to go.
Get it.
I think he meant to go for it, but he dropped his dash. Uh-oh. Okay, now this is something I kind of disagree with, but I'm okay with this. Once you hit Centipede with his weakness, the silk shot, his tail is going to be disembarked. And now the only attack that Centipede can do is the shurikens. But every time you hit him now, he's going to teleport. And every time he teleports, he can do that up to 4 times before he stops.
Yeah.
But luckily, he had like 1 teleports every time, except for maybe that last one. You definitely want to try to do the fight with Buster as much as possible to maximize your damage per second. And then once Centipede is actually at 8 health or less, you can actually do it at 9, but it's a little easier at 8. Then you can hit him with the charged silk shot, and then during his stun, you can charge up another silk shot for the finish. Okay, we fought SpongeBob SquarePants at the start. Now we got Gary the Snail for Mr. Otter. Mm-hmm. Rift fought Mr. Krabs a little while ago.
This is a sack fight that nobody ever sees with the bubbles.
Yeah, the bubbles makes this sack fight very trivial. Once you get him in the corner, that's all. Every time he gets hit with the bubbles, he's gonna fire the fireballs. But you do need to be careful, because if you're actually a little too close, you end up getting damaged as well when he throws that fireball. Because I think not only does Stag's iframes reset when he throws the fireballs, I think your iframes reset also. Because, yeah, I think, because there have been times where I do, when I used to do Stag with bubbles, I would keep getting damaged also. And every now and then I would, like, die.
Okay, so MrOtter8 doesn't seem to be going for the quick kill in Snail.
Well, he's starting off with Magnet, so yeah. I don't believe he is. He's just going to use uncharged magnets. But once you get Snail ejected from a shell, you need to kick the shell around, because if Snail gets back in the shell, he's going to automatically do his desperation move to slow you down, and you don't want that.
No, you don't want him to slow time. That's the worst.
Yeah. But luckily, that's all he does. He just wants his shell back. He wants his home back. But you're not going to let him have it. So it should be a problem.
With the funny hat.
Yeah, Rift gets the mosquito and has to wiggle a little bit to try to break that off of him. You know, one mosquito isn't bad, but getting all 3, you can have 3 of those on you, and you could be constantly dash, jumping, and shooting at the same time.
Yeah, it can be a real mess.
But if that happens, just take a hit, and the knockback actually shakes the mosquitoes off.
Yeah. You can grab a ladder too.
Yeah, if you can grab, if you grab the ladder in time, if the button that keeps getting auto-fired is jump, that makes it very difficult to do. And then you have to wiggle. See, like there, Rift had to, like, just kick.
Oh, both runners get to keep the bike. Nice. To keep the bike.
Yeah, he kept the bike. Oh!
Oh!
Oh, wow. Yeah. Wow. Nice,
No.
okay. He almost soft-locked. What happened there? He jumped. X's hitbox, or X actually extended a little bit. And what happens is that when X jumps into that door at just that right height, you see he almost got clipped, but he got pushed into the door. But you're in the door, so you can't move out of it. You have to have the speed burner to break out of that, and if you don't, you soft lock.
I didn't know you could do that.
And Otter taking this fight very, very safe, not using the advanced double hit tech, but just well, he is using double hit tech on the ground. He's just not using the double hit tech in the air.
Yeah. When you change to Buster to give him a dash lemon.
Yeah,
before,
you can actually finish that
crystal.
fight off faster with the Crystal Hunter if you can swap to Crystal Hunter in midair and after the iframe reset.
Yeah, it's not that difficult, but you have to get the timing down correctly.
Yeah. Luckily, the Crystal Hunter is one swap over from Buster, so it's not that difficult to do. If the Crystal Hunter was not one swap over, I think it wouldn't even be possible, maybe, in RTA.
And also would be a mess. Like you constantly getting the wrong weapon.
Okay, Rift is entering the chop register fight. He's on bubble, but that's fine. He's got a fully charged bubble. So once you swap to Silk Shot, the big junk shot will appear automatically. And he was a little light on the release. You can actually kill him before the sword even moves. Ooh, and he's hitting these alarms. That's going to make these blocks drop really fast. He needs to he needs to book it, because if he gets grabbed by one of those radars, he's going to get scanned. And that, in turn, the Raider Killer here also gets scanned with those abilities that the computer gets off of him, and it makes him stronger and gives him more attacks. So
I don't think he has enough speed burner to finish him off.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he has. All right.
I think. Yeah, he kind of. I don't think he used any, or maybe he got a health or a weapon refill, and I didn't see it.
Yeah.
The barrier attackers at the start can give you a full weapon refill, and that can actually give you back an extra burner.
All right.
So you see there, when X and Bubble Crab are on the same X-axis, Crab's gonna try to jump. And with that, Otter finishes X2. Oh, he got the refill for the mini-boss. Okay, nice. Okay, that's why he got extra refill. Chop Register gave it to him.
Firing bubbles.
Oh, the charged Silk Shot got blocked from the tail segment, so a small Scrap Shot had to do the trick. Oh, he baited him with that. The teleport just... Yep. Yeah, that can happen. He can do an instant teleport before his hitbox becomes active and just... Nope. No way. Okay,
please don't die. Please don't die.
Don't die. Don't die. Okay, we're good. Okay, Rift has one more.
Before he can switch up to X3.
So Otter's making his way through the X3 intro here with X. And after that, X is going to get captured, and then Zero comes in to save the day. didn't really just talk about it, but yeah, once you get the burner and the strike chain, the snail stage is probably the most fun stage to play, since you can use the chain and the burner basically everywhere. Oh, the burner got him into the wall there. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, you have to wait a little bit while you're in the air.
Ooh, he didn't quite make it across. Lucky he able to jump over those spikes.
If you don't realize that in that quick time frame, you're going to die with the spikes.
With the burner, if you just play around with it, you can actually make your way up the icy slope and get back up to the top there. But you have to have really good dash jumping and good tech to get up there.
I haven't seen anyone try to do the crystal slide release neon.
Oh, the crystal skip? No, you probably won't see that.
Skip.
Okay, Rift. Let's see. Yeah, I think he's gonna do. Oh, he inadvertently held up on the D-pad. You can actually control your magnets with the D-pad.
Okay, cool. Sometimes you cannot hit him from the back.
Yeah, you can't get him like that. Oh, he tried to time the shot. He almost had it though. I can respect that. Okay, here's what happens when you let Snail get back in the shell. You get the slow. Only X is slow. Oh. Yeah, he needs to be careful.
Low on health.
Yeah, ooh, we could have gotten tackled there.
Yeah.
Luckily,
be careful, please be careful. Oh no.
I think he's good. Yeah. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, that was a little scary. Yeah, when Snail gets in the shell and he goes for the tackle, like he locks onto X's position before he moves, and once Snail rushes you down, he's not gonna like literally chase after you, and he goes in a straight line, so it's kind of easy to make him go where you want him to go. But right now, Otter has, I would say, about a 3-minute lead right now. Yeah. The intro is about 2:45, and then he's already through half of Buffalo before Rift even gets started. But this is where the test is. Like, if you're not used to dodging enemies well, you may find yourself dying a couple of times because the damage from all the enemies in X3 can rack up really quick. So this isn't over yet by any means, but Otter does have a bit of a lead. So I think we're going to see Otter and Rift go for the leg upgrade. Yes, we are going to see it from them. There are some jumps that you can do, like iceless jumps, to get past a few sections later. But the pixel placement on those where you have to wall kick off of is pretty exact. And you can find yourself losing a lot of time if you can't get those jumps. But
I commentated on Nero race where he didn't get the leg upgrade.
But getting the boots upgrade does make some of the seahorse climbing a little easier. It does trivialize the gravity beetle and blast hornet climbing sections. It also allows you to get the one cycle on the worm seeker and tiger easier, because if you miss that, it's 4 seconds. And you're already taking a 15-second pit stop for the boots. So it just saves you a little bit there. And it can help you out dodging catfish attacks if he does the Triad Thunder in places. Ooh, Mr. Otter gets grabbed, but he's almost dead. Oh, but he gets the ice beam at the last minute. He has to wait for that move to finish before Buffalo can be killed.
Big explosion time.
Yeah, the explosions are lengthy. I think they're about 13 seconds or 14. But the fanfare is shorter than X2's fanfare, so it's basically even. Rift He gets fisted by Mr. Fister, aka Mo the Giant. Just fire charge shots and he's done. See right there,
watching the both like X2 and X3 intro bosses being super giant that you just
yeah,
your simple buster you can.
Oh, they're giant, but they're made of paper.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much it.
Another benefit of having the dash boots, right here on the section Otter's coming up on, you can actually air dash under this little wall here underwater. You may see him do it right here. If you can air dash a lot closer to that underpinning or under section, you can actually thread the needle and get into the gap to lead into the under section
without touching the ground.
Yeah,
which is pretty neat.
Otherwise, you have to basically jump into the pit yourself, or not the pit, but the underground section, the passageway. Okay, Otter takes down the mini boss with ice. Also, that's a big thing about going Buffalo first. Oh, Rift didn't get the jump at the end there and ends up. Luckily, the halfway point is just there, so yeah. It's a minor time loss. So yeah, the ending climb here in Seahorse, where Mr. Otter's climbing, dash boots can help there too a little bit. I think Otter's stream is dropping frames a little bit. We'll get back to that here in a second.
Yeah, but here with getting his footage upgrade now.
Yep. Didn't get the jump into the capsule, doing a little footwork.
Yeah. Just wiggling a bit.
Alright, let's see if Mr. Otter can get the quick kill. Almost gets it. What he was trying to do there, Seahorse and Crawfish have weird iframes, and they actually have quick kills that you can get on them. And how you do the Seahorse one is that you hit him with the ice in the air like that, and he's gonna drop to the ground, and then he'll jump out of his stun once he's on the ground for so long. The difference is when you trigger his iframes with the ice, they start as soon as he gets hit in the air, and then those iframes actually expire while he's still stunned. But Seahorse has to still, yeah, he has to jump out of the stun before he resets his vulnerability. So between those two instances, there's a period where you can mash the ice while he's on the ground, and you can get 3 damage per hit.
Yeah, that happens on Crawfish too.
Yeah, Crawfish's period is a lot longer, so it's a lot easier to do the quick kill method on Crawfish than it is on the Seahorse. We'll see that a little bit later. Now we got the Tunnel Rhino stage for Otter. And this is Maverick stage number 3 for Otter. So just like in X2, after you defeat 2 Mavericks in X3, you have to fight Bit and Bite at some point during the rest of the 8 Mavericks section of the game. Where they appear, though, is random. You don't know when they're going to show up until you fight them.
Yeah, but Otter you will fight them.
Yeah.
When you're done with the 8 Mavericks.
Yeah, you have to fight them. They can't be skipped.
But
Otter gets the sub-tank.
Yeah. I would say if you want to watch some safety strats before doing any of these games, you should be watching X3 safety strats. This game is really, really punishing.
Yeah, fortunately though, X3 does give you the safety measure. The ice does guarantee health drops when you kill enemies that touch the ground or the ceiling. Whether you get full or mini health refills is random.
What a health drop is guaranteed.
No. Bit and Bite does not teleport onto the stage select screen like in X2. You don't know where they appear. Ooh, nice luck from Mr. Otter getting that health refill.
Come on.
Okay. To be fair, those balls of dirt deal 6 hits of HP of damage when you touch them. So you definitely want to avoid that at all costs. As you see, look how big of a drop in his health he took from that.
Yeah, they have a right to be scared.
Okay, let's see how the Seahorse fight goes for Rift. See, he's waiting and he mashes a few shots in right there. That's that period that I was talking about where you can just mash into him. If you mash fast enough and stop mashing before he jumps out of that stun, you can actually loop him a little bit faster and get a quicker kill on him. If you mash too long, you actually trigger his iframes on the ground, and then you have to kind of let him do a jump to reset the setup for it. I don't think Mr. Otter fought Bit yet. Bit can appear in any of the next 3 stages, so if he didn't show up in Tunnel, he can show up in Catfish or Crawfish. But once you fought him, he won't appear again. So. Okay, Catfish is going to be like an interesting stage because there's a lot of winding turns and climbing, and you still got these enemies that deal a lot of damage. Those head gunners, the red enemies there, those deal 6 HP of damage on contact, just like that. Having to resort to the Frost Shield to guarantee some HP drops. See, like that.
You already have the drill, right?
Yeah, he just got the drill from Tono Rano.
Could be using that, right, for disabling the
He could, but I think once he took damage, he was set on trying to get his HP back up. See, he's still on Frost Shield, and if he picked up that sub tank, you can also use the Frost Shield to try to get your sub tanks full as well. He still has 4 more fights to go, so after this, and the enemies can deal a lot of damage. See, every time he gets a health refill while his HP is full, he gets allocated to a sub tank instead.
Meanwhile, Rift is fighting Bit. You don't want to kill Bit with a special weapon. You want to kill him with your Buster. That way he doesn't explode into a million pieces and waste your time. Oh boy.
Yeah, just the last hit matters when it comes to hitting him with his weakness weapon. But yeah, you want to use the weakness on him as much as possible and then switch off to it before you finish him off to avoid that 15-second time loss from the explosion.
Oh, come on.
Oh, let's see. The problem with those purple wall tanks is that they have a final attack when they get destroyed. Those drills that they deploy automatically get fired, and yeah, it's something to watch out for.
I don't know if Rift got any 1-ups during his run here, but he should be at 0 lives right now. Yeah,
he died in Buffalo, and he just died here, so... Oh, and another interesting fact that you're going to see now, since Rift died after the midpoint in Tunnel Rhino's AI is going to be a lot more aggressive. If you don't die in Rhino after the halfway point, his AI is actually pretty docile. All he does is just charge back and forth. But if Rift makes it to the end here, you may see our Tunnel Rhino kind of like do a fake charge, and then he'll shoot drills everywhere. I mean, it's pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah.
He can shoot drills, and then after they deploy, he can rush you down afterwards. And Rift is almost out of ice, so he needs to be careful. But he can use acid to get weapon refills, be like that. But acid is Rhino's weakness anyway, so we're just setting up for that. So, okay, Bit finally shows up for Otter and Crawfish. We'll get to that. We've already covered that. Let's see how this Rhino fight goes. Remember, he already died after the halfway point, so you may see Rhino fire drills. See it like that? That's one of the attacks he can do. So you have to watch out for that. Oh, and he died on the drill as it was going into the wall.
Game over?
Yeah, it's a game over. That hurts.
Yeah.
That's probably next to dying in Hornet. That's probably one of the most punishing game overs to take. Because now he has to do the whole stage again, and he has to fight, you know, the Hell Crusher mini boss, all that.
Oh, and he also has to fight Bit.
Oh no, well,
no?
if he didn't fight Bit before, since he reselected the stage, Bit can show up now. It's a 50-50 shot whether they show up or not when you enter the door. Once you beat him, he's not going to show up again. You only fought him once. But if he did not show up, like let's say the first pass through the stage, he didn't show up, and then he died, and then reselected the stage, he can show up then. But once he shows up, he's going to show up in that stage until you clear it. So it's not like he goes away. He's going to stick around until you beat him. Say Rift taking out the tank from behind so the drills doesn't get him. Unfortunately, that didn't work out the second time. But let's just say, you know, if you're going through this and you haven't fought Bit or Bite yet, and then you get a game over, then you go through that stage again, then Bit or Bite can show up. And then once they show up, they're not going away. So it could be a blessing or a burden, you know, just depends on your outlook on the subject. Rift gets another kill on the Hell Crusher. We missed the Crawfish quick kill on Otter's side, but we'll cover that, I'm sure. But Otter has finished 5 of the 8 Mavericks. So these last 3 Mavericks, Bite can show up at any time in those Bit and Bite rooms, as I like to call them. There's one in every stage. They just had to put one in there, didn't they?
They were salty that people did not fight the Thunder Hunters on next to, so they made it mandatory next to.
Yeah.
Capcom was.
Okay, let's see if Mr. Otter can get the Worm Seeker quick kill. Takes 5 ice shots to kill. I don't think he's gonna get it. Oh. Yeah, you kind of have to start your approach at just the right way to get it. Oh, he barely gets him before he goes back in the ground. Yeah, the 24 Mavericks tournament is just getting through the first 3 X games, only fighting the 8 Mavericks, the Mavericks that you get weapons from. There are no Sigma stages, Counter Hunter stages, or Doppler stages.
Oh, come on. That was a little bit close.
And then once the 8th Maverick is defeated in X1 and X2, they can switch to the next game. And once the final hit is landed on the 8th Maverick, it will be time for the run. Yeah, that was a close
kill. Making it 24 Mavericks, it's because like 24 Mavericks can be in the range of 1 hour and 5 minutes to 1 hour and 30 minutes instead of 2 hours and a half. That would
take we saw there from MrOtter8. He was using the drill to kind of deactivate the enemy's active hitbox to try to dash through it. Those things deal 8 damage if you touch them. He was trying to not have to wall kick off the side of that little wall there that he had to do. It's just a tiny frame saver. Rift is getting hit a lot by these enemies and crawfish. Okay, for Tiger, whenever Tiger is firing the Ray Splasher, he cannot block charge shots. So that's what you want to do when he's firing that weapon. And then whenever Tiger's just standing there, he can block the charge shots, so you just alternate with lemons. And then once Otter got his HP low enough, he swapped to the spinning blade. That way, every time that Tiger is hit with the spinning blade, he's going to jump to the wall. And he only activates his invulnerability period if he's on the ground. So you can just loop him with the spinning blade once you get him low enough.
Riff is getting hit by everything right now. He has to be more careful. Okay, so it's lucky he had a big health drop.
Yeah, I should say the spinning blade is a very powerful weapon. It deals a lot of damage to enemies, and it comes out in pairs. So, and it damages the enemies independently. So if the 2 blades hit an enemy at the same time, it's going to deal, the double damage. It's not like it's going to negate one of the blades. And Bite shows up here in Beetle. So you're going to start with, he's going to start automatically with the drills. So he's going to pause to Buster once he gets down to 2 HP. You can actually place the drills right on top of Bite, and they hit for 4 hits each. So that's pretty convenient. Oh, he accidentally, he did not pause, so he has to sit through the explosion animation. That's one thing. You can't manually swap with L and R if that's what you're using to swap weapons while a weapon is out. You have to pause to cancel it. So that's why that happened. He didn't. I don't think he noticed that he was already down on HP. But there's an example of why you don't want to hit the last hit with their weakness. I don't know if you can handle a Call of Nature that fast in 10 seconds. So yeah, right here, the Beetle elevator here, that's where those up dash boots really come in handy. Yes, if you play if you keep Zero alive, when you get to the final stage, Zero does show up there. And then he shows up at the end when you beat the game.
What's up with Zero dying in every game? Or something, or someone close to Zero, at least.
Yeah, if you beat the game with Zero alive, or you never use him, yeah, he shows up in the ending as well, and the credits. So the Beetle fight is very simple. 1 charge shot and 10 shots with a Ray Splasher will be enough to kill.
Just a bunch of good guns.
Yeah, they really wanted to make X3 a climbing game because that's basically what you're doing for the majority of the game. It's just climbing everywhere.
Yeah, right to the end. Just a big climb with a wireframe head.
Okay, now for the quick kill for Rift. Rift is actually just using Triad initially, which works too. I mean, if you watch his health, you see it took 2 quick hits there with the Triad, and then you just hit him again to initiate the 2-second period. You can only fire 1 Triad at a time. Here was something I thought of. There's actually a mechanic on Triad Thunder that if you pressed shot 4 times, it actually inverts the Triad the opposite way and keeps it firing.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you could maybe deal more damage that way. I don't think it worked though, because if any of the 3 electrodes hits Crawfish, it deactivates the whole thing. Yeah. But that'd be kind of neat if you could do that. But I have used the thunder that shoots out of the Triads when you fire it. That's hit Crawfish during the 2-second period, and it's done a lot of damage that way. Just not as much as what Buster can do.
Yeah, Machine Buster.
Rift using the ice to take out those drill wings that are blocking his path. Otter is on his final stage. He's already fought Bite, so this will be over pretty soon for him. Ooh, Rift misses the ice there. I think he still has to hit him 5 times. Yeah, he's going to burrow through. He's going to show up in the middle here. Oh, he fired late. Okay, he can come out of either side now, but he's going to come out, yeah, the left. Okay.
So yeah, long cycle for it.
Okay, Otter, let's see. Is he going to Blade? Yeah, it looks like he's going to Spinning Blade. So, Hornet has his true weakness, which is the Gravity Well, and he has a soft weakness, which is the Spinning Blade. The Spinning Blade deals less damage, but it doesn't trigger an extensive period of invincibility. So it's much better and faster to use Spinning Blade if you can. Oh, those little Hornets there, causes lag. And Mr. Otter got stung. The stinger is what causes...
that was his chance to PV, actually, because his PV is 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 55 seconds.
Yeah, he died.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can still do it, I think. But yeah, that sting dealt a lot of damage. He's going to have to really be accurate this time. Now, right there, if Hornet is firing the Hornets into the wall, they cause less lag that way. And once Hornet reaches half health, he's going to start doing the figure 8s a lot faster. And then the Hornets are going to go to lock-on mode. Yeah, he has to use a sub-tank. That's probably going to ruin a PB for him, I think. But he's going to win the race, assuredly. And there it is.
There it is.
Mr. Otter wins with a race spot time of 1:13:03. And so Rift has 2 stages to go, so he's about, I think, 4 to 5 minutes behind. So Otter picks up his, I think his first win in the bracket. I think this is the first match in this group. Another neat thing about X3, we haven't mentioned this, but you can actually skip the stage intros just by pressing Y or holding start. You have to sit through them in X1 and X2. Rift gets knocked back a little bit, and now he's having trouble. The head gunners are just trolling him hard with the cannons and the missiles. dedicated to getting sub-tank energy, for sure. Did Rift already fight Bite? I'm not really sure.
No, he didn't.
Okay, so he's gonna show up in Hornet. So right now, he's just using Ice to try to get energy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but every health pickup pauses the game, so you have to sit through the health refill.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is where the updash really comes in handy. Ooh, getting hit by the head gunner. He needs to be careful. Those things deal a lot of damage. So the ending of this stage has a final vertical section. Ooh, nice air dash through the cannonballs. Mm-hmm. Is he gonna go drill? Tri-Thunder, I think, is probably a better weapon here.
Yeah.
There he goes. Yeah, at least the Tri-Thunder gives you some protection. If anything comes your way, they're going to get destroyed. Ooh, okay. Now he needs to be careful, or he will get destroyed.
Mm-hmm. I still cannot get over the tight jump he did in Boomer Quanga.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, almost grabbed.
So yeah, you just shoot the beetle. Uh-oh, this is bad. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. As soon as he let him shoot the gravity shot, I knew what was coming. I knew it. That's unfortunate. His gravity shot, it bounces off the wall, and then it actually gets bigger when it hits the wall, I think twice. And also the damage it deals increases too. So if you get hit by the biggest gravity whale shot, it deals like 8 damage. Oh, yeah. I think Rift is forfeited.
Yeah, Fate has forfeited the race.
Man. Well,
what can you do?
Yeah. Well, I think this race is over, and GG's to Otter. That's sad to see a forfeit, but you know it does happen. But but if you're locking the 24 Maverick tournament, don't go anywhere because we have another match in about half an hour. Let me check. I think it's Darrenville versus
Tinto, 2790.
Tinto. Yep. And that is at 5 o'clock. And I think that is on. Let's see what channel that's on.
That's Speed Gaming 4, so yeah, don't change the channel.
Yeah, same channel. All right. So, yep, here in about a half an hour, we'll have that match. And tomorrow we have one match scheduled. Saturday there's a match, and then there's still some time between the next weekend. So more matches can be scheduled at any time. So there could be a bunch during next week. We just don't know yet.
Yeah. I'm going to link the runners' channels on chat, so make sure to follow them. We can have a little interview with them if you don't mind, Justin.
Yeah, if Otter or Rift want to come in, they can. I'm not sure yet. We'll give them a second.
Do a half-hour interview. I mean, it can be done. I don't think I'm prepared for it.
I've asked the racers if they want a post-race interview. Let's see. But other than, you know, taking a lot of hits, I mean, that's basically the big thing. You just gotta avoid, you know, getting hit a lot. Making use of your weapons really helps too, because some of the weapons do one-shot your enemies, so if you can take them out in one hit, then you don't have to worry about getting hit. But, yeah, the majority of this game is all about movement and just knowing what to do in every situation.
Yeah, buddy.
Looks like.
And we don't know what to do in every situation, do we, Riff? Nuh-uh. How's it going, guys?
What's up?
Woo.
Doing good here.
All right. Congrats on the race win, Otter. Almost had a PB there.
Yeah, it was close. I was upset with that. the Hornet. I had the sub-tank ready and just didn't use it in time. Thought I could take the hit, but oh well.
Yeah, I think also at the end there with the bite kill, didn't probably notice that he was pretty much dead to rights and couldn't pause or. I think that was basically the issue. You couldn't manually swap and couldn't pause on time.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't watching his health close enough, so I thought I needed to have him go to the wall one more time. And by the time I noticed it, it was too late. So that's always terrible sitting there watching that explosion.
Yeah.
Like it was just the nerves getting to me. I was on good pace, and yeah, I just got nervous.
Sick Kuwanger dodge by the Rift. That was pretty good.
Oh man,
awesome.
I just wanted to do the dance, man. Did either of us get the dance?
No. Oh. I screwed it up also.
I couldn't. I stopped short, and then I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm doing this instead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got Bite. Was it Bit? I get their names mixed up all the time, but I got the Bit or Bite on Rhino stage, which I was praying not to get, and I got it anyway.
Yeah, Bit is always the first to show up, and Bite's the bigger one.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, X3 gave me some troubles. I didn't have a very good go of X2 either, but yeah.
So in your this is your the opening race of the bracket.
Yeah.
What would you say is the hardest of the three to learn between X1, X2, and X3?
Probably for me, probably X2 because there's just a lot of really technical stuff going on. I mean, I obviously still have tons to learn in X3 as well, but X2 is proving to be the trickier of the three. I've already done a lot of X1. I used to do Hundo, so but this route is very different from my Hundo route, and it's a lot of fun learning a new speedrun. I joined this tournament because I knew it would push me to learn X2 and 3, which I ultimately wanted to learn.
Yeah, beauty of it. Once you learn them, you got half the game basically done for each of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the same way. Only played X1, and so I joined this because I wanted to learn X2 and X3. But X3 has been very difficult because it's just all the bonks in the stage can kill you so fast.
Everything hits like a truck.
Yeah, I've just been practicing safe strats, and so just trying not to die.
But X3 has no RNG.
That's true.
That's true. That's nice, right?
At least that's the meme anyway. I don't know if it's completely real.
Oh, a quick PSA for you guys who are coming out of X1. In X2 and X3, you can dash, jump out of walls by just holding the dash button. You don't have to keep pressing it before jumping.
Yeah, someone told me that, and I started doing it, and then I went back to play X1 and kept missing dash jumps.
Yeah. So it's kind of like Mega Man X4 in that sense, but only when it comes to walls. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I did not know that. I'm not going to start doing it because then I'll totally mess up X1.
Yeah, it struck me like a really big difference because I started with X2 and then went to X1. So then I realized it, but most of my friends who only played X1 didn't realize it when playing X2. So they dropped a lot of dash jump out of walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, they feel different. X3 especially, it just feels a little different. So this
I feel
category
like a
is always exciting.
superhero when I play X3. It's awesome.
Yeah, I have a lot
I
of
died a lot,
respect
but
for X3 players. Like right here, Justin. You can also follow Justin, who joined me in commentary. There they are. These are our links. I didn't mean to like expose myself too, but there you go.
Expose.
Yeah. I'm not even the same caliber, so I feel rather exposed.
All right. So, any other remarks before we take a temporary sign off for the next race?
No, just thanks everybody in the background from Speed Gaming making this happen. Thanks to the X community for making this tournament happen, and everybody in chat, everybody watching, and thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the commentary, guys, and Riff, thanks for the race. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you for the race, man. Sorry I couldn't give you something a little closer, but GG's, dude.
Alrighty. So just a quick reminder: the next match is in about 25 minutes between Darrenville and Tinto. I forgot what his the numbers were after his name, but we'll do that for sure.
Two very strong runners.
94.
All right. So that's in about 25 minutes or so. So and it's still on this channel, so don't go anywhere. And we'll see you then. Me and Fuzz will also commentate that. So
perfect.
We'll see you in about 25 minutes. So thanks for watching this race, and hopefully we'll see you then. So we're signing out. Have a good evening, everybody.
Huzzah!
Thanks, everyone.
27, 94.
All right. So that's in about 25 minutes or so. So and it's still on this channel, so don't go anywhere. And we'll see you then. Me and Fuzz will also commentate that. So we'll see you in about 25 minutes. So thanks for watching this race, and hopefully we'll see you then. So we're signing out. Have a good evening, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
And hopefully we'll see you then. So we're signing out. Have a good evening, everybody.
Huzzah!
Thanks, everyone.
27, 94.